you know it's time. IAfootball is back, and we've got you covered with everything from the biggest hits to the biggest runs, from in-game highlights to post-game breakdown.
We are here talking any and all high school football.
From day one all the way to the dome, we've got you covered at IAfootball.
Just a little emergency episode on this Tuesday afternoon. I was sitting in the coffee shop where I usually get my work done throughout the day, and I was like, I feel like there's just not an understanding of how postseason, how you qualify. There's 7 classes. There's a ton of different, each class kind of has its own little niche thing. So I was like, I'm just going to put it all in a video. It's all on the IHSAA site. I mean, you can go to State Playoff Central on the Iowa High School Athletic Association website, read more about it in more detail. But I was like, I'm just going to put this in a video. Playoff for Dummies. There's a fly flying around somewhere. Also, I tried I don't know if you guys have seen Coca-Cola Oreo Zero Sugar. Saw it when I was grocery shopping. Had to get it. Tried it. It was okay. I probably won't buy it again, but it was cool to try. Nevertheless, we're here for Playoffs for Dummies. I was like, let's just explain it in the simplest term. I put out a tweet today that was in like the broadest context I could, but wanting to go a little bit more in depth. I feel like the coaches definitely understand, but like whether you're a parent, whether you're an athlete in the state of Iowa, or someone who just loves following the sport, I think it's good to kind of just take it class by class and go through. So obviously today, Playoffs for Dummies. Emergency episode, didn't plan on doing this until today. So surprise, you get a bonus one. Go check out the Dowling Catholic and Ankeny Centennial highlights if that piques your interest. Tomorrow, locks and dogs, and we're talking about how you get in the playoffs today, like just the bare bones, like just for some of you, you're already going to know this, but tomorrow on Rockfin, exclusive only for our Rockfin subs, our rankers put teams in the brackets that they think. They looked ahead. I know many of our rankers went week by week and picked like every single game. And we've got filled out brackets and first round matchups that they think could happen. Now, is it going to happen? Probably not, but our rankers are, they're educated in their class, and they can put an educated guess out there as to how they think stuff might shape out. So if you're into predictions, if you're into kind of bracket talk, looking ahead a few weeks to the end of the year and who your team could possibly be facing, what pod you could possibly be in, Rockfin subs are going to get to see that tomorrow. So if that piques your interest, that's the number one way you can support IAfootball, and what we do is subscribing on Rockfin. So we appreciate everyone who is already over there. You're not just getting bracket predictions, you're getting rankings early, you're getting teams of the week, which is a super fun thing that our rankers do every Sunday. A lot of work goes into that. You're going to get positional rankings. You can go back and look at the old ones. This is our second Rockfin exclusive video. The first one was picking dome teams and picking dome champions and dome sleepers. You can go back and watch that. So even if you're subbing now, it's not too late. You're still going to get a plenty of value, even with postseason coming up. There's going to be a ton of stuff coming your way. But let's get into it. We're just going to go class by class, and I'm just going to explain to you how you get in the postseason and kind of the bare bones of it. So it won't take too long. Just stick with me, learn something. First off, what is the RPI? A lot of talk in the RPI. Instituted in 2018. It's an algorithm. There's no human element. That's kind of the point of it. It involves your team's record, your opponent's record, and your opponent's record. That's it. That is all this involves. Point differential, how much you win by, does not matter. These are the only 3 things this involves, and it is only useful for 5A, 4A, and 3A. If you're a small class team, 2A, 1A, 8-man, RPI doesn't even matter to you. But this is what it is, and that's what it involves. So when you see that little number, when that RPI releases on the IHSAA website, that's what it means, and this is what's going into it. Your record, your opponent's record, and your opponent's record. That's it. That's what RPI is. Had to get that out there. Class 5A, the easiest, probably the simplest of all of it. 16 teams qualify. Top 16 RPI teams after the final week make it. Boom. That's it. 1 versus 16, 2 versus 15, 3 versus 14, kind of like a little March Madness bracket. Boom. It's set up and it's ready to go. That's about as easy as it gets. Class 5A, Class 4A, and Class 3A, a little bit more complicated, not too complicated. 16 qualify, just like 5A. Top 2 per district. Top 2 qualify per district. Now there's 6 districts, so that means 12 automatic qualifiers. Boom, top 2 in the district. You're into the postseason. The rest are the 4 wild cards, and that goes based on RPI. So that's where RPI comes into factor. It also comes in for seeding. But if you get top 2 in your district, you're in no matter what. It's just kind of a matter of who you're going to be facing after that. 4 wild cards are the next best RPI teams. Okay, so if you don't get top 2 in your district, you can still make it if you're one of the next 4 highest wild cards. That's how you make in. And then the association is going to throw you in 4-team pods for the playoffs. Okay, so after the final week, after that final Friday, I believe on the IHSA site, it says like 10 a.m. on Saturday, you're going to be thrown in a 4-team pod. So you got to win 2 games. You got to be the best out of those 4 teams. Boom, you're off to the dome. That's all you got to do. Sounds simple, right? So that's 4A and 3A uses this method. Also, if there's any questions, drop them in the comments. We can address those. I want you guys to be as clear-headed as you want. I'm trying to explain this in the simplest form possible for some fans out there trying to learn. So that's 4A and 3A. 2A, 1A, and A. 32 teams qualify. Okay, so that's why postseason starts a little bit earlier in these small classes. 32 teams qualify. It is your top 4 per district. Okay, top 4 per district. There's 8 districts. That's how you find your 32-man fields. There's no wild cards. There's no at-larges. You need to finish top 4 in your district to make the postseason in Class 2A, 1A, and A. So districts matter a ton. You got to be checking your district predictions or your district, records, your district standings. That's also on the IHSA website. A great thing that they added. You can go check out where you are in your district. They update that. So the first round in 2A, 1A, with 32 teams, it is a round of 32. Okay, so there's 32 teams. All the 1 seeds in the districts are matched up with the 4 seeds in another district, and same thing with 2 versus 3. All the 2 seeds will host a 3 seed from another district. Okay, so all the 1s and 4s play each other. All the 2s and 3s are matched up and play each other for a single game. After that round of 32, that's when we get 16 teams, and then we're thrown into pods. Just like 3A, 4A, you're thrown into your little 4-team pods that you have to win, and then boom, you're off to the Unidome. That is how Class 2A, 1A, and A works. So 3 of the smaller classes. That just leaves Class 8-man. 32 teams qualify, top 3 per district. Now there's 10 districts in Class 8-man, so that leaves 30 teams. The next 2 at-large qualifiers are with their tiebreaker, which is the plus minus 17-point differential. It's a little rule they have. It's on the IHSA website. The final 2 teams are at-large qualifiers that they factor in, or that they qualify, or that they use to qualify the final 2 at-large teams. Then you're thrown into a round of 32, and then pods are formed as well for Class 8-man. So that is how postseason works for all 7 classes. If you have any questions, if you're confused at any part, please drop a comment. I will reply with a text. I can make a video if I didn't explain it properly. It makes sense to me, but that's because I cover it. So if it doesn't make sense to you, that's totally okay. There's nothing to worry about there. So just drop a comment. Let me know if you like this type of thing. And yeah, tomorrow on Rockfin, bracket predictions. We're going to see who our rankers think these first round matchups, what these pods could look like. Be sure to go check that out. Quick and easy, 10 minutes in and out. Hope you guys enjoyed. And catch us tomorrow morning, Nick Fox and I, Locks and Dogs. You don't want to miss it.